champions. I got a ring, but think then again, I'm such a winner, I win again. Some think I'm a Viking or maybe a wizard. I feel like I'm both when I'm in the ring. Victory brings serenity. I give them a three-piece, that's for the three-peat, and then I leave with the Trinity. True baller got all the amenities. All the others just wanna be mini-me's. Haters mad when they in my vicinity.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Closer's Cage match with my friend Jerry Norton. What's going on, Jerry?
Not much, RJ. Glad to be here with you, buddy.
Yeah, man. So the last time we did this, it was, 3-4 months ago?
I think so, yeah.
3-4 months ago, you came on here. You crushed a deal in Florida. You closed it on the live. How much did you end up making on that?
It was a $20K assignment. Yeah, it was awesome.
And that deal was kind of a unique one, right?
Yeah.
Remind us, it had a house, but it was more, you were getting it for lot value to tear it down and build a new house, right?
Yeah, on the call, she wouldn't budge on price, so I set up a creative finance, if you remember, seller finance. Well, then when I went to dispo it, I got a buyer that wanted it bad, but he was like, I don't want your creative crap. I want to pay cash and I want a deal. So I went back to the seller and I'm like, hey, we can get this done, but this isn't going to work at this number. And I don't know if you remember, but she kept saying on the call, I will not go a penny under 500,000. Well, she went 350 when push come to shove, and I dangled cash in front of her. So the seller told me the cash buyer was a developer because it was a high-end area. If you remember, it was Fort Lauderdale. And I called the guy that had a townhouse for sale 2 doors down. I said, hey, you want another one? I got the lot on the corner. And he's like, yeah, I know that house. And I said, okay, what's your number? He tells me 370. I call her back and I say, I can get this done, but it's got to be at 350. She tells me, no way. Calls me back, a little while later and says, let's get it done. I'm like, okay, let's get it done. So I committed the buyer first. I said, look, I'm about to lock this up. You better be committed. Are you ready to go with non-refundable? And he said, absolutely. There were some code violations we had to work through with her. So it took a minute to close because she had to get some things cleaned up. Like this place was a disaster, like cars on blocks and overgrown, this and that, and, but she got it all taken care of and we closed and it was a straight 20K assignment.
I love it, man. So here's the thing. Kudos to you for getting that deal done. And I think there's a lesson to be learned there. Sometimes we look at it and we think, hey, man, I can get this creatively. This is going to make it a deal. And then the next thing you know, it's like, hey, we were somewhat overthinking the process, right? And then, but it opened up the door and it got you to where you could get the deal done for cash. The other thing is since you and I went live together doing a Closer's Cage match, I've had other Closer Cage matches. I went with Stratton Brown. I went with Steve Trang, Aaron Bevins, Steven Morales. They were all absolute straight dumpster fires. I mean, Steve Trang is the worst closer of all time. I mean, the fact that anyone ever thinks that man's ever closed a deal in his life. The only thing he ever closed is podcast guests, okay? So you're in for a treat today because at least now you're going to see 2 people that can close deals. No, I'm just kidding. No, the other people were awesome as well. I love that you're willing to do this because not many people are. Not many people are willing to call sellers live. And I always tell people, I'm like, dude, if you don't necessarily resonate with my style, go watch Jerry's channel because he talks to just as many sellers as I do. And I love it. You've inspired me, Jerry, to grow and put more content out there because you're one of the most consistent and you have been for so long. I had to let you know you were part of the inspiration for this year. I have put out a video every single day this year. Long form video.
That's incredible. Yeah. Yeah. And I know how much work that takes. That's a lot of work. So I love that you're doing that, RJ, and that will pay off huge in the long run. You already see it, but that's amazing. How long do you think you'll do a video a day at that pace?
I don't know. My team's telling me, hey, come January 1, like we need to refocus your attention a little bit. However, I've also told them I've built up quite a habit. I mean, this is, I'm constantly coming up with ideas and stuff like that. And then there's always opportunities to do things like this with you. I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I love how you got the family just walking around behind you.
Yeah. And just so you know, RJ, in 2018, when I decided to do what you're doing right now, which was like, okay, I'm going to take YouTube super serious. I did 6 months straight, a video a day, 7 days a week, did not miss once. And it about killed me. And then this is what I did. I'm not sure if this will mean much to you, but what I did then is I said, okay, how do I take it a step back and maybe do 3 or 4 a week, but maybe put a little bit more effort into the content versus just sort of like, let's go. It was kind of like it was a kind of a slam pace, and I've kept that pace now 3, 4, sometimes 5 a week for literally 5 years I don't care if it's what's going on. I get it done every week. And I mean, that's how you win at this business, not just on YouTube, but really anything is just consistency.
Absolutely. All right, man. So you ready to talk to some sellers?
Let's do this.
I mean, we got records and to uphold here. So let's get to it. All right. So I've got my Speed to Lead. Everything is powered by Speed to Lead today, by the way. And it was previously when Jerry closed that deal for 20 grand. I don't remember how much, because quite honestly, I can't remember which deal I closed when I went live with you.
Remember you had it was like a 2-for-1 deal, wasn't it? There was like a commercial and I don't
that's
remember.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I think it was, ours was less than 20. I think we ended up making like 10. I think we thought it was going to be a lot more. The property ended up being in real bad condition. And then we had to multiple renegotiate on that. Similar to yours, man. But I tell people all the time, like, listen, renegotiate is just part of the business. I mean, you got to get it just as good as that as you do as closing. So
especially if you position it correctly. Like I never have sellers or agents offended with me because I set it up really well. I tell them, I say, look, I think this is a great number. Let's go under contract. Let me do some due diligence. If for some reason it doesn't pencil when I dig into it, I'm going to let you know right away. And then when you come back with the real number, it's not so offensive because you didn't promise them all this and then don't perform. I never do that. That's where wholesalers get into a lot of troubles. They overcommit, overpromise, and then have egg on their face when they have to renegotiate.
Right. All right. So first lead on here that I see, Daytona. Well, second one now, Daytona Beach. So we're in Florida again. Selling a vacant, non-occupied house. They're actually saying it's land. It's vacant. They need to sell ASAP. Needs cosmetic flooring paint. They've owned it for 2 to 5 years, and it has 1 acre. So I think when they say land, they're just saying it has land. It has an acre.
Okay.
I was gonna say, dude, I mean, we might have to recreate what you did last time if we got Florida land here.
Land is hot in Florida. So if there's any land deals in Florida, those are usually going to be good.
Right. So people ask me all the time, Jerry, how do you buy your leads off Speed to Lead? And I'll go through this. I'm always paying attention to the motivation first, right? And then I'm going to the repairs. So like, why are they looking to sell? This is death in the family, downsizing, needs cosmetic repairs. And then I look over to, what's the population? So on this, it doesn't even give us city. So this is very small. It's down south.
It's Detroit.
Yeah.
That's
you do a lot right there, don't you?
Yeah, I mean that's sort of in the city of Detroit, Grosse Ile, but it's a suburb of Detroit. Yeah.
So this is death in the family, downsizing, owner occupied, and they're behind on their mortgage.
Pre-foreclosure.
Does that sound like something you sold? Comps is 515,000.
It is a high-end area. It's a little pocket of Detroit. Yeah.
There's no orders on that. Does that sound like something you'd want to do?
I'll try that one.
All right. So we're going to buy that lead. We're going to do 100% exclusive. And we're going to get rid of that so you guys can't see what we're doing over here. We love you, but we don't trust you that much.
I used to do this live, RJ, where we would literally call and people, it was on market. So the agent would tell me, yeah, I got like 10 calls after your call. I'm like, you freaking suck, you guys.
All right. If you can look in the private chat over there, I just do all of the information right there.
Okay. So so I got to grab the address here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second here. Let me just grab this. So I've got it. And then I'll dial this.
So
Yeah.
Is that the cost for each lead? It is, because we're buying exclusive leads. However, Speed to Lead has more deals and packages that you can get than any other PPL provider. We're buying them the most expensive way for you guys today. So we can put on a show for you and try to get closable deals. There's the Coupon Club, which is you can get $29 leads. There's the fixed price mode, which is like $89 a lead. And then also there's packages that they're giving away today, which is the comment that's pinned at the top of the chat. If you haven't seen that, I will drop it right here. You could go to titanium.ispeedtolead.com and then just say, hey, I'm here because of Titanium or Jerry. And then that's a way to get packages for a lot cheaper on the leads.
Yep. They're doing some pretty sick Black Friday sales too, I think, over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to try dialing this RJ, see if he answers. John Ryan, let's go. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hi, John Ryan.
Yes, it is.
Hi, John. This is Jerry Norton calling you about your property on 24530 East River Road. I think you filled out a form online about selling this property.
No, I didn't. Don't recall doing that, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I've got some notes here from my team that there was a death in the family, behind on payments, looking to sell this property. Do you own that property?
Well, I own that property, and my wife did die. There's nothing about behind the payment. I'm current.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we wrote that down wrong. I'm sorry about that.
Regardless. Go ahead. What do you want? If somebody just talks to you an hour or so wants to buy the property.
Okay. Well, great. I mean, we're looking to buy properties in Metro Detroit. So tell me a little bit what's going on here. Do you know what you want for it?
No, I don't. I have two homes in Grosse Hill Township.
Okay.
My bigger home, which is the property you mentioned, where my wife and I lived for 30 or so years. And that's what I'm thinking of selling. I haven't pulled any triggers yet.
Yeah. Well, first of all, sorry for the death in the family. That's hard. Was that recent or happened a bit ago?
Oh, a little bit, 2024.
Yeah, recent then. Sorry to hear that. I've been married almost 26 years this year in another month. But that's
Good for you.
yeah, that's tough. Sorry that you're going through that. So you'd mentioned there's these two properties. Are you lit?
No, I have two homes.
Okay.
The one that one of my wife and I raised our kids in and such. And then when my brother died, I inherited his home.
Okay.
In Grosse Hill Township. It's much smaller, and since I'm living alone now, I've been thinking of moving or staying there because it's small.
Easier to take care of.
Yeah, I should sell my big house.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not. I haven't. I'm
Okay.
not ready to put a sign on the street or anything.
Yeah, well, let's explore this a second because maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't. I don't know if we should be talking, but it's worth a conversation, I think, because maybe we could help you out there and it makes sense. Is the big one it's the 2,900 square foot one there on River Road?
Is that where you get that off of online somewhere?
Yeah, I just looked it up and it said it's 2,900 square feet and it's on. Looks like a big lot, 4.5 acres.
That's correct. Yeah.
Wow, in Grosse Hill, that's pretty crazy to see that.
Yes, it is. There's not too many like that.
No, I didn't even know there were lots that big over there. That's pretty crazy. What on this one here? You're staying in that one though, correct? That's the one you're living in currently that you're thinking about downsizing.
No, that's I'm living in my brother's
Okay.
house right now.
Okay, so you've already moved over to the smaller one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say, moved is a
Yeah.
thing, but I still have the big house is full of stuff.
Yeah. Well, the thing that we do is we're investors. We buy cash, and then we typically will put some money into them, either flip them, maybe keep them for rentals. But we do quite a bit. I've been doing deals in Metro Detroit for about 20 years now. And so if things make sense, we do it all as is. You don't have to do much to it. We can schedule the closing when you want. We can cover all the closing fees. There's no commissions to worry about. So we try to make it really simple and easy for you, if that makes sense. But tell me, what number do you have in mind? Like if you could let it go for all cash and it's fast and convenient and everything you want, what would that number look like for you?
You know what? That's part of the problem. I don't know.
Okay.
The only thing I've ever seen is the state equalized value, which I can't tell you offhand what it is. I think I was surprised at how much it was, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have some kind of magic machine that will tell you?
Well, not really a magic machine. I mean, all I know is what we would pay and what would work for us. But typically, I try to find out what you're looking to do and what you're looking to get, and if we can make that number work, then that's usually the best way to do it. If I got to give you the number, I'll probably start at the lowest number I can think of. You know what I mean? So.
Yes, I absolutely understand it.
Yeah.
You called and now another guy has called.
Uh-huh.
I need to come up with it.
Yeah, it's best that way because my job is to get the best deal I can. I got to feed my family too, just like you. But I'd love to get something done and make it a win-win. That's the goal here. Would be, when you go on market, there's just a lot to that, right? And you got to wait all the time and commissions and all the things.
I've been thinking of doing something like you're talking about because I don't want to put any money into the things that I know need to be done, and I just want to be able to walk away.
That's where we're a really good fit for you. And again, I can make it as convenient as you want. So if you're not there right now, maybe getting something done would be great. Get some cash in your pocket, and the number I give you is like net to you. So then that's the number you'll get at closing. So as long as title's clean, we close and you walk out of there with the cash. So works out well usually.
Yeah, and okay, tell me, because I've been hearing various things like, we'll give you a closing and you got to be out in 90 days or something. My thought right now is, and I'm not pushing you to do that. I'm just don't know how this works. Because as I said, the place is of furniture and possessions, and I was thinking I'd go back over there and live for a short time and clean it all out so that I could freely sell it and walk away.
Well, that's the thing. You wouldn't have to do any of that. I would say whatever you don't want, just leave it there. I've got crews for all that. We can handle all that easy. And so don't worry about cleaning out anything. I would just, whatever you want to keep out of there, and I can help you with that as well. If you need to get some help over there, I've got some good crews. We could show up over there and help you if there's something there you want to keep. But whatever you don't want to keep, that's part of what's so valuable about what I can do is just, since I'm set up really well and you're not, I can take care of all that. You know what I mean?
You know what? Yes, I do. Would you mind, so I can keep everybody straight, telling me who you are again, and so I can know that I'm talking to the right person?
Write down Jerry Norton, the only buyer you'll ever need to work with. Write that down. And then the other guy's number, you can lose that. Like, just throw that in the garbage.
He didn't take a number. He just said, what if I work up an offer and then I'll call you back?
Oh, so you didn't save his number?
No.
Great.
He said he would make an offer in a couple weeks, and then I could either take it or leave it.
Yeah.
We could work on it or whatever. So
okay.
I'm not committed to anyone.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't sound to me like a very serious buyer, but I don't know. But surely you've got a number in mind. I mean, you've owned the property for some time. What would be a number that if you walked away with, you'd feel good about?
I'll give you a range of like 350 to 450.
Okay, 350 to 450. Okay, and yeah, yeah. So what I
over here are crazy.
yeah. So typically the way I look at it is, I'm going to go into that neighborhood, which I'm looking right now. I'm going to look at what homes are selling for there that are comparable, similar in size and in the same area.
Yeah.
And then that would be a number that I would need to be all in at to sell, like if I'm going to flip it, right? But then from that, I've got to back out. Yeah, from that number, I've got to back out. Like there's closing fees, commissions, financing with my partners. Then there's the renovation cost, and then try to make like a modest profit. So then we get it down to like the as is number, the realistic as is number. And
I understand.
Yeah.
The process. And
Okay.
I'll tell you, when we bought the house 30 years or however long ago it was,
Mm-hmm.
we couldn't find a comparable. It held up the whole mortgage closing because properties, who has 4.5 acres?
I know that is challenging for sure. Yeah, that is a challenge.
And the house is strange in that the original structure was an 1879 barn building. So, there's all sorts of weirdness going on there that makes that difficult. But that's just an aside.
Yeah, I mean that does matter. So I'm having the same kind of thought process as, okay, well, because I see what homes are selling for over there, but I don't think they have all that acreage you have. So that does factor into things.
Here's the other thing you need to think about. This house, my house has a 1,000-foot driveway.
So it sets back a ways.
It's set way back, and I don't have water access. You'll see like the neighbor in front of me on the water is asking like $1 million.
Yeah, because you're on East River Road, but you're set back a ways.
My driveway exits onto East River, yes.
But do you see the water?
Well, if you walk, not from my windows.
Okay. That's where all the money's at, if you see the river from the window. You know what I mean?
Well, if you can put a dock.
Yeah. Can you put a dock in or no?
No, there are some nearby that are associated with the condo that you can purchase, but
okay,
we just didn't care. And my driveway, I have an easement over the property in front of me.
Yeah. So
the water line and everything goes down the driveway.
Yeah. So I'm looking here just to kind of tell you my thought process, John, is I'm looking here at some sold homes. Now they're not quite as big, definitely not on the acreage side like you have, but they're let me just find something that's I would think would be somewhat comparable. Tell me a little bit about the house. You said it's like a barn style? There's a lot of brick homes over there. Are you brick?
The original home was, as I said, it was the farms that ran along that went from, I don't know if really know, they went from East River all the way across the island.
Uh-huh.
And then there were lots.
Yeah.
So this building was a stable that was converted into a cottage and then was added on. So it just looks like a regular house.
Okay. The floor plan though, is the floor plan funky or does it kind of go?
No, it's long.
Yeah.
But that's because everybody added on off the original structure west,
Yeah.
Addition after addition after addition. And so
And you gave me a range there, but is that, I mean, so I heard when you said 350 to 450, all I heard was 350. And I'm just teasing. But is that the lowest you can, is that the lowest you can go? Meaning, like, if I come in with cash, and you mentioned occupancy, do you want longer? I mean, we can set the closing to whenever you want. I try to make it easy for you.
I get it. No, I just had a friend whose daughter was trying to relocate back to the States.
Okay.
From Europe and needed a place to stay. So
Yeah.
since I have 2 houses,
Okay.
just use my house and I'll go over. And they're moving out, I think, December 1st. So
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know that that's a big deal.
No, I mean, for us, it's no problem. We could close after that. Not a problem at all. But is 350, like, is that the best you can do? Or, like, if we try to get something done, could you do better than that? Like, help me understand, like, what's your number to?
Well, okay. I did that. So somewhere in the lower end of that is
Okay.
a number that I need to pay off my mortgage and to do a few things I got to do.
Okay.
So I'm not looking for anything more than that.
Okay.
But I don't want to know if I want to do bare bones unless I find out that that's where it's got to be in order to do it as is.
No. I mean, I'm looking at, do you know Manchester Boulevard?
Yes.
Okay. There's one over there that's in the mid 2,000 square foot range. It recently sold for 370. So I don't think, and it looks like it needs some work, so that's probably, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the high 2s, but those are a little smaller square footage. Definitely don't have the acreage. I mean, I think 350 could work. The way that we would do this would be, we get an agreement in place on that. And it gives me I would ask for just a small window of time to do some due diligence. And then what I do is I would try to schedule my crew to get out there, and we would just do a walkthrough. We'll know real quick. It only takes me 15 minutes or so. We'll walk it. Because we know our numbers, and we'll walk it. We'll make sure nothing weird's going on, like a foundation issue or anything like that. And as long as the number pencils and nothing's going on there that would throw us way off, then we remove that due diligence period, like that gets lifted. And then we're ready to go, and we just go to closing whenever date that is after that. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay. So can I send you over that agreement and we get something done here?
No, I would say maybe next week, if you called me back and I made the talk to the people I need to talk to, I would.
Okay.
I would go, I think.
Okay. And just so I understand, when you say talk to, is that family, or who is it that you're referring to?
Oh, I have a longtime friend who does real estate crafting. I just
Yeah.
to get her opinion on what homes are worth these days.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I know my lower end, and I'm not looking to make a bunch of money out of here. I really just want to get out.
Yeah.
But I don't want to leave a whole bunch of money on the table. That's
Sure.
stupid to do.
Yeah. No, like that's really smart. I would probably do the same thing. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. At the end of the day, you want to make sure you feel good about the number you're getting, and you want to feel like we got a fair deal made. And that's what I'm after too. Something like this at that square footage, we probably look at spending easily $100,000 on the renovation, right? Because we got to pretty much do everything top to bottom on 2,900 square feet. So it does add up quickly.
We put on the kitchen is, I think it was 2015.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't remember dates anymore.
Yeah.
A brand new kitchen, 3-car garage, and
Mm-hmm.
usable.
Yeah.
Use the space about it. We had the proper trusses in so that it could be closed in for additional rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you?
It's generally. Go ahead.
What do you think your real estate friend will tell you?
I do not know.
Okay. Yeah. But you say they know real estate? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know she's been been doing real estate around the island for a long time. Was a friend of my late wife, so
Gotcha.
I need to touch base with somebody.
Yeah, if it's helpful, I'd love to jump on a call with her too. We could talk through the sales in the area and the numbers, and I'd be happy to work with her too if that's helpful.
Yeah. Well, not yet until I find. Because the other thing I don't know, honestly,
Jerry, yeah.
If doing this with you is the right thing to do.
Okay, and what's making you feel that?
Because I don't know if they would say that. If she would say, "Oh no, don't do that, I can do that in 10 days," or what? I just don't know.
Okay, you're looking for options. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I'm not trying to get away from you. Please understand that. I just want to make sure that if I do something with you, that I'm not fucking myself over.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did the other person you talked to, did they give you a price, or did they just say they'll? Oh, yeah, that's right. You said they're going to call you back with a price.
They're going to get back.
Yeah.
We can sign off. Not sign off, but
then you would know. Yeah, then at least you would know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You too would want to see it.
Mm-hmm. Would it be helpful? Would it be helpful if we came out and met with you and sat down and talked it over? Would that be helpful?
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
I still want to talk to this person.
Okay, I'm just offering that because we're talking on the phone, and I just to show you that I'm the real deal, and we're in the market, and I'd be happy to do that. We could meet over there, or we could meet somewhere, and just make sure you feel comfortable and confident with the process. Is there, other than not sure if this is the right move on price, is there anything else that's holding you back? Is there another concern you might have?
No.
Okay. You just want to make sure that you let it go at the right price.
Yeah, but I got these 2 houses. Okay, so I don't know if she would say, my financial advisor originally told me, sell the one I inherited from my brother, take that money, throw it towards the mortgage I have, and then just live over there. Yeah, but I don't know that I want to live in that big house anymore. So
yeah,
that's why I'm considering selling it.
Okay. What do you owe on the big one?
I think it's 200.
High 200s, yeah. So if you sold it for 350, you'd pay that off, and you'd probably walk with 50 to 75, maybe something like that in cash.
Yeah, and I put some money into my brother's house here that was structural repair that needed to be done right away. So I need to repay my retirement savings.
Sure. And but that one has no mortgage, like you own that one free and clear?
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're facing then. So yeah, you got some options there. I mean, one thought would be if you do sell the big one, then you take that cash and now you're into the smaller one with a little cash in your pocket that you recover, and now you have no payment. I don't know if the small one would pay off the big one all the way. I guess you'd have to see what.
No.
So then you're still stuck with a mortgage, which probably isn't ideal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know with the mortgage that I have if I paid it down because it's an adjustable, if it would rework to a lower level too. So a smaller payment. They readjust. If you put a bunch of money towards it, then it readjusts.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, it could be like a prepayment or something. But not when you pay stuff off. If you pay it off entirely, then it's paid off.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just only saying in the case that if I sold the smaller house, my brother's house, and I took all that mortgage-free money and paid down my mortgage, and it would readjust, and maybe instead of being X thousands of dollars a month, it would be.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Smaller.
Yeah.
All these kind of crazy things I got to think about.
Yeah, well, big life choices to make.
Yes, yeah. People say, "Oh, you're so lucky." Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Sometimes no choices are better.
Yeah, I work from home, so I can live anywhere I want in the country, and it's the most stressful thing because how do you choose? How do you want to make the right choice, right? So it's actually, whereas if your job forces you to live somewhere, then the decision's made for you. So it's kind of like that a little bit what you're facing.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel for you, John. I know you've got some big life choices to make here, and I just want to be part of the solution for whatever you're deciding to do. I mean, clearly we buy houses so that we can profit. I mean, that's what we're here to do. But at the same time, I never want to put somebody in a situation that's not the right thing for them, because I want to sleep at night knowing I'm doing good to people. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to get something done on that one, and I could sharpen my pencil too and see if there's something more there I could do with that acreage. I could spend a little time on that. But when can I sit back down with you and talk about this to see if we can get something done? What are you thinking? You said a week?
Now that you just mentioned that, I think Thanksgiving is next week.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is next week. Yep.
I'm gonna go see my kid and grandkids.
Okay.
So next week's gonna be pretty bad to do much of anything.
Yeah. Well, let's. Why don't I follow up with you the week after that, and see where you're at. Give you a minute to think through some things. If there's anything I can do to help you, please reach out. Anything at all. If you need help with any of your stuff over there or whatever, let me know.
And Jerry, so if I'm going to reach out, is it just the number you just called me?
Yeah, please, but don't lose it like the other guy. Save my number. Yep, it's Jerry Norton, and this number I called you on is my cell phone. I'll save your number as well. So if you get your head around all this and you have some clarity, call me right away, because again we can. I'll make this all easy for you. So you tell me the way you want to work around things, and I'll accommodate that. But would love to get something done. Would love to get $75,000 in your pocket here's quick before Christmas if you want, and make life a little easier for you. It can't be fun making this payment while you're living in, while you have two houses. That can't be fun.
That's right. Yeah. 2 sets of utility, 2 sets.
Yeah.
Yeah. All that shit.
Yeah. Let's stop that one way or another. Let's stop that bleeding. And if you want to go the other way and sell the other house, I can look at that too. I mean, I'm either way, whichever way. I think what you need to do, honestly, would be consolidate, get to one house, try to figure out how to get to the one house with no payment would be really nice. Whether you sell the one, pay the other, or sell the one, pay the other, whatever way you go, I think that's a smart move on your part.
Yeah, but the other one, where I'm living, is too small to have much value.
Yeah, so then that kind of forces your hand. And then the 2,900 square feet, that's a big house to take care of.
Yeah.
So I really think your way to go would be sell the big one, pay off the little one, or sell the big one, get out of the big one, and then have some cash and just take the little one. Yeah, that seems to me the smart way to go.
I think they can live somewhere with no mortgage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, if anything, stopping the bleeding on the big ones it's not just getting some cash in your pocket, but it's also always think about stop the bleeding with taxes, insurance, utilities, upkeep, all the things that go with owning a house. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I sure do.
Well, again, we could get something. Yeah, we can get something done before Christmas if you want.
It scares me. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, John, I'm going to follow up with you. I might call you before Thanksgiving just to check in on you, but we could talk the week after that if you're busy and stuff, traveling. But, I'm your guy. I'll help you get something done here one way or another and make sure you're sitting in a good spot. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, John. Talk to you soon. All right. We'll see you soon. Bye. Okay.
That was a great call.
That is a deal.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that is a deal. Yeah, there's $1 million homes over there on the water all around him. Yeah, that's a really good deal. On 4.5 acres, I didn't even know you could get 4.5. That's like in the, yeah, that's pretty wild. If he's at anywhere in there, 350, 4, those, that's a deal. That's probably $1 million house after you spend the money, you know?
Right. Well, would you wholesale it or would you try to do the work?
You know, I do flip a lot in that whole Metro Detroit. I try to stay a little bit away from that Wayne County, Detroit zip code, but this is a pocket of Detroit that's kind of high end. So yeah, those numbers are what I love to flip, because I do flip, but I definitely like to be up there in the, my sweet spot for fix and flip is like 600 to $1 million. I love that price range because you spend the same on finishes, usually, not always, but pretty much. It's Home Depot's Home Depot, whether it's a 300 ARV or a 800 ARV, but I follow percentages. So I make 150 on an $800,000 house versus 50 on a $300,000 house. Same time, energy, and effort. You know what I mean? But I also know a lot of guys that like that area. So it'd be a great wholesale too.
So the deal about that call that was really tough was it's just he wasn't ready to make a decision.
No.
You know, and as much as we want to try to overcome objections and try to close and whatnot, they're not ready. They're not ready.
Yeah.
You know,
but this is definitely one where I follow up, and he'll be ready at some point. He'll be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So while you were doing that, I had my speed to lead up. And as the new leads were coming in, I went ahead and I purchased some. So I got one in Washington, one in Virginia, one in Texas, and another one in Michigan lined up for us. Pretty much using the exact same detail, the thought process behind that first one, which clearly worked out well. I mean, that first one, that was a highly motivated seller that's willing to sell on a discount, but just sometimes they're not ready to pull the trigger right then. So.
Yeah. And you know, I don't like to be on the phone a long time if I'm not going anywhere, but I quickly realized this guy's going to sell to somebody he knows, likes, and trusts. This is a trust thing with that guy.
Yeah. So
I got to invest in some time with him to then get the follow-up.
That might take 3-4 conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Let's, I'm going to fire away here. 1 for 1 on the connection rate.
That's great.
Yeah. So this one is in Washington State.
Okay. Where Washington?
Right outside of Seattle.
Okay.
Hi, is William there?
Okay.
Hey, William, this is RJ Bates. I was calling about your property there on Southeast Hidden Valley Way. Looked like you had spoken to someone on my team about selling that property. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. How much were you looking to get for that property?
I haven't told them.
I'm sorry, they didn't put it in the notes for me. What was it again?
Which property was it?
The 3241 Hidden Valley?
Okay. It's going to be right around 180, 190.
180, 190. Okay. And is that, well, just catch me up to speed real quick. Well, what's going on with it? What's the reason why you're looking to sell?
Because I'm 81 years of age and it's rented. And I'm getting out of the business.
That makes sense. How much is it rented for?
Being rented for $1,100 a month.
1,100. Is that on month to month or is that on a lease?
Month to month.
Month to month. Okay. Does the property need any work or is it in really good condition?
Really, I don't know. I rented it last year, 2 years ago now, and it's been rented ever since. The people moved in before it was even rentable and fixed it up themselves. It's on 2.5 acres of property, and it's not on a main road. It's right next to the main road, but it's decent. I don't know what to tell you.
Gotcha. How'd you come up with the price of 180?
I said 180, 190, but I'm just going approximately the value what the Kitsap County says, and they say it's valued at 190.
Gotcha. Okay. And the people that are living there, you said they're the one, they fixed it up?
Yes, it was not rentable when I first got it. It had no power to it, had no water to it, had nothing. I fixed the water and the power, but they repaired the inside type thing. I bought them a bunch of flooring, and they refloored it. New windows, a couple of new windows anyway.
Gotcha. So small little repairs so they could live in it.
It's a young lady, not really young, but she's probably in her 30s, and her mother.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I'm looking at it, I mean, if I were to give you, 180, 190,000, with them only paying 1,100 a month, it's not great. I at least want to be, as close as possible to whatever I pay for the property. The rent is 1% a month, at minimal. And so I think if I were to buy it, I would almost want it to be vacant pretty quick so I could fix it up and sell it. Do you think that would be a problem for them? Like, I don't want to come in and immediately got to remove somebody, but
I don't think so.
okay. All right. And this is 1,100 square feet, and it's a manufactured home.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's 24 by 48. It is a couldn't even know the name, but a Champion. It's a 1977. 2 bedrooms, 2 bath.
2 bed, 2 bath. Okay. I'm just looking around the area right now to see what other properties, what they've gone for, and what kind of condition they were in. Does it have a garage at all that's detached, or is it just the manufactured home?
No, just the main house. It's got some outbuildings outside, back behind it, half done, half undone. It wasn't from them. It was previous to when I got it.
So you said you're looking to get out of the business. Is this what you do? I know you inherited this one, but do you?
We sold 5.
5 probably. Is this the only other one that you have left to sell?
No, I've got another one on I told him about the one on Bandix Road, 13317. It's the newer trailer. It's only on 1 acre of property, so I want at least 2 1/4. It's a newer trailer. It's on foundation.
Do I get a buy one, get one free discount? I don't get that, huh?
No.
You said that was 13317?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look that one up real quick.
Yeah, the other one that he was talking about originally starting with was 13251. That's the house, 2,600, 2,700 square feet, and got a mother-in-law trailer on it also. It's rented. So I think it's sold. It's pending right now.
Okay.
That's a 3 bedroom, 3 bath. That's just down the street.
So I like this one on Bandix. Is in Bandix, is that rented or is that vacant?
They're all rented.
How much is Bandix paying a month?
Yeah, they're paying $1,200.
$1,200.
I've been keeping the rent down low because I just took it over,
Right.
I think reality in that area, the rents should be around 1,600.
Bear with me. I'm just I'm looking at some things in the area real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
And you said the one on Bandix, it is a manufactured home, but it's on a foundation.
Yes. And it's a 28 by 48. And it's 3 bedrooms and 2 baths.
Would it need some love, or is it in really good condition?
I don't know. Renters are not people that like to keep things going. They just sort of let around.
Understood. All right. It's weird because some of the properties around there say they're manufactured homes, but they don't look like manufactured homes. So I'm going from home to home looking to see if they actually are or not.
Yeah, because 2 of our properties we sold, they were side by side. They bought them, they're 2.5 acres both, and they took the trailers that were on there off and put them, these big monster trailers in there, and they sold for $475 in less than a week.
Woo! Why didn't you just do that with these?
It wasn't me that did it. That was the person I sold it to.
I know, but why don't you just do that with these?
I'm too old for that.
I got you.
Besides, I live in Alaska.
Oh, what part?
Anchorage?
Oh man, I love Anchorage. I've done, I don't know, I've probably owned 20, 25 different homes up in Anchorage, Eagle River. Last one I owned was in Eagle River. Great house. Yeah. Love it up there.
There are buildings all over this place.
Yeah, what's that part of town? Mountain View? The bad part over by the airport?
Yeah, they're cleaning it up pretty good though.
Oh, really? Well, that sucked because they definitely were not cleaning it up when I owned some properties over there. I owned a 5-unit. I bought it vacant, and before I could even get over there, I had about 50 squatters living inside of the 5 units.
Yeah, that's more, happens more down there in the Walla zone than it does in here anymore.
Yeah. I called them. I called the police and I said, "Can you come help me?" And they told me no. I said, "That's your problem." Oh man. Good times. Okay, so let's see here. Bandix. Bandix. I really like this one on Bandix. I think I'm most interested in that one. Let me look at something just real quick. This is the one. It's got a garage. The one on Bandix does not have a garage either, does it?
Which one? The 13251 does have a garage. That's the house. But the trailer does not have, no.
Okay, so 13317 does not. The other one on Bandix is 13251. How much do you want for that one?
That one went for 460.
460. You're getting more expensive the more questions I ask. I'm doing a bad job. Normally it's supposed to go the other way.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm running out of money talking to you real fast. All right, let's see here. If I could do that one. You said on that one you wanted 225. Okay, on 13317, let's do this. Sorry, I'm kind of just talking to myself. Hidden Valley. I'm trying to put together how much I can do all together for the Hidden Valley and the 13317 Bandix.
Okay.
I haven't looked up the house, but I feel like based off that price, I mean, there's not a lot of value there for me, right? You're kind of, that's pretty much peak of the market, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think that one's a good fit for me. But the one on Bandix in Hidden Valley, I think I could come in and I could do some stuff there. Yeah, I agree. On Hidden Valley, on the other ones, you said they took the trailers away and then they came in and they put new ones on and they were able to sell for 400.
475. That's the ones on there. Actually, 13275 and 13287.
Gotcha. How much do you think they spent on those trailers? Well, like $100,000 or something?
Yes, that's what the Coopers told me.
Okay. Okay. How about Hidden Valley, 180, and 13317 Bandix, 200. So 380 for both.
Oh, I could probably go for that with no other additional costs out.
Correct. The only thing that I would be asking you to pay would be the prorated taxes that you owe on it for this year.
I don't owe anything.
Okay. So if you don't owe anything, then that's a net number to you. I'll pay the closing costs and there's no commissions or anything like that.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this. Give me, what is a good, is it owned just by you or is it both you and your wife?
Me and my wife.
Okay. Do you have a good email address for both of you? Okay. I'm going to write up 2 separate contracts, one for Hidden Valley for 180, one for the Bandits for 200. And then I will send those over to you. Because they are tenant occupied, there will be at one point in time, I will need to go out there just to see them. But I am going to heavily explore the possibility of just removing those trailers once the tenants move out and then just replacing them with the new trailers and just have that be my exit strategy, which would really minimize the amount of times I would even need to go out there. So I'll try to keep that as a minimal, but basically what will happen is I'll send you that contract. We'll open up title on both of them, and then we'll try to get this done. I'll try to get it done before Christmas. How does that sound?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, William, I appreciate your time, and I'll get this sent over to you here probably in the next 15, 20 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Oh, bro, we're on a roll.
Dude, that was great.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
What were his numbers again that he gave you?
Okay, so he said that they sold for $475 a piece. So that's a $950,000 ARV. He says they bought the trailers for $100,000 a piece, so that's $200. And then say it costs another $25. I mean, how much do you think it would cost to remove a manufactured home from a property?
They cost like $20,000 because you got to haul them out of there and everything. Yeah.
So let's say it's $250,000 in repairs. Okay, so that's $200 for the new, and then $50 to remove, and then we're spending $380 to buy them. That's $196,000 in profit.
Yeah, there's something here I want to point out to everybody, RJ, is this is a tired landlord is what we call somebody like this. And with a tired landlord, it's all numbers. So even though he threw out these numbers, You just treated it like it didn't even matter, and you did your math and you penciled out your stuff and you gave him the number. And he's an investor. He does what we do. He's going to give a high number, even though his real number clearly was much lower. And so what was great, RJ, is you didn't even let that phase you. You didn't like get hung up on it. You just did your math and gave your number, and he said yes. He didn't even fight it.
No, didn't even fight it. What's hilarious there is his asking prices were higher. He gave higher numbers. He also gave ranges. And just he never really opened up. You know, it was almost somewhat difficult to kind of even understand. It's like, dude, he
didn't laugh at your jokes.
He's very detached.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, if you're going to give me my money, then I'll take it. Otherwise I don't even want to have this conversation.
And this is why tired landlords are probably my favorite direct to seller lead type, because it's all business. There's no emotion. There's not some kind of, I raised my family here, or a death, or there's none of that. To him, does the number work? I'll sell it if it does. I'm tired of these things. I want to retire. And so you treated it very much that way. So guys, one thing you gotta kind of take away from this, I hope, is my seller was a complete different story. Like, I had to show empathy. I had to kind of work through things. He's trying to sort stuff out in his head and make life choices. This guy was like, if I get my number and this guy pays me my number, I'm out. I'm done. Easy.
Yeah. So someone, Brett, you wanted to know what was his asking price at the start. So let me see.
I was so confused by that too, because he was throwing out all kinds of weird numbers.
Oh, dude, I know. Because, okay, so this was a cold call lead. We bought it, and it was about one property. And then he's like, there was 3 that he was selling. But he assumed that I already knew this. This isn't a cold caller on our team. This is a cold caller from Speed to Lead. So it's kind of difficult to understand. So his asking prices were $425,000, and we got it for $380,000. So $45,000 below his asking price, without really. There was no negotiation. There was no anything. It was just, I'll buy 2 of them, and because I'm buying 2, you're going to give me $45,000 off.
Do you think he has more properties?
No. He said that's all he has left.
Okay.
He said he already sold 5. He only had the 3. And then the last one was on the same street that we're buying, but it's not a manufactured home. It was a single-family home. And because I was comping, I had my comp software open, and I didn't bring it down to only manufactured homes. I saw single families were selling pretty close, like in the $500,000 to $700,000 range. He was asking $460,000. I'm like, we're not gonna get lost in talking about that one when I know I've got 2 right here with $200,000 profit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that makes sense.
Fantastic,
man. Way to go, RJ. Great.
Thank you. All right, man. You ready to call another one? I mean, dude, we're 2 for 2 right now on connection rate. We've been live for an hour, and we've only placed 2 dials, and we've had 2.
That normally doesn't happen.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so I've got lined up for you either Salem, Virginia, Dallas, Texas, or Inkster, Michigan.
Give me Inkster. That's another Detroit neighborhood.
That's why I bought that one. I saw it. I was like, okay, that one feels like
that's low end, but let's see where we go with it.
Yeah. Also, guys, before Jerry calls this one, if you register today for Speed to Lead, they will drop $100 in your account for free. So when you sign up, either use, hey, if you're here because of me, use promo code Titanium. If you're here because of Jerry, use promo code Jerry. We get enough to get a Starbucks. In my case, a Dutch Brothers, because Dutch Brothers is better. Protein latte, baby. If you want to send one to me, I'd love it right now. But yeah, it gives you free $100.
Okay, so I've got this in here. Hold on a second. Let me grab this.
Manufactured homes for over $400K. I will say, you see that very common in the Seattle, Washington market. Yeah. One of the few markets you see that.
Are they saying that that's high? They're saying that that's high.
Yeah, they're saying that's
Yeah.
high.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a bricker. Looks like a 1,008 square feet. I mean, this is like there are millions of this exact house.
By the
right?
way, this is vacant. They need to sell ASAP. There's no mortgage. It's not listed, and they talked to James about selling it. So this is a cold call lead.
Okay, so I Speed the Lead did the vetting
Yes.
with a James. Okay. All right. Let's see here. And let me grab. I got her first name. Let me just grab her. Okay. Let me call her now and see if she'll answer. Did you hear my volume okay? Because I have my thing right next to my mic.
The seller was a little bit difficult to hear at times, but it got better. Too. Yeah, I think it was just because he was kind of older and a little bit quiet.
Okay, let's see if he answers. Or she.
Hello.
Yes, hi, Geraldine. This is Jerry Norton. How are you today?
Fine.
Good, good. Calling you about your property on Greenwood Street. James on my team said that he had a conversation with you about selling this property. Is that right? Oh, well, I guess I'm calling you early. Is that all right? Okay. Yeah, no problem. We can talk through that. On this property here, Geraldine, you're looking to sell this? What price are you looking to get for it? No. At least 100. Okay. And what's making you need that number? Okay. What do you think it's worth? I'm just looking now as well.
I wanted to do the research. I haven't had a chance to do it because he just called about an hour ago.
Yep. Okay, I'm taking a look here. Now, this is a 3-bedroom, correct? Okay. And looks all brick?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. I'm just going to take a look here. Bear with me to see if we can make that number work. Okay. And this has just one bathroom?
Yeah.
Basement?
Yes.
Garage?
No.
No garage. Okay. Oh, it's a big lot.
Yeah, lots of.
Okay. That's great. It's got a basement. The no garage is a little bit of a ding, but let me just see if how much that's going to affect things. Yeah, some of the ones that get a little better definitely have the basement and the garage. Is there space there for the garage where you pull in the driveway right there on the right? All new concrete. So yeah, you could add a garage. What's that?
There's a huge parking area.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like the neighborhood. I like that it's brick. I like that it's got a basement. And just so you know too, we're all cash. We can close whenever you're ready. Are you living in the home or is it vacant? It's vacant. Okay. No renters in it? And how quickly would you like to close if we can get a deal done? Before you don't want to do it before Christmas? Get some Christmas money? Okay. All right. Yeah, we can make it.
That was taken care of years ago.
Your Christmas money?
Yeah.
Good for you. That's good. You don't have kids and grandkids that need presents?
I have tons.
All right. How long have you owned this property? Quite some time? Gotcha. So without that garage, is there any way you could go lower than 100 because of the garage? Okay. 100's your number to get this done.
Around there. Yep. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to look on. I know prices have gone up again. I haven't looked at the.
Yeah, I think 100's fair. I mean, there's a couple of sold homes that are around that price. They do have garages, so that's the only thing that's got me concerned a little bit. But I'd love to see if I'd love to get something done with you. We're really looking to pick up some properties before the end of the year. We can definitely push that past the end of the year if that's important to you. If you don't want to do it before the end of the year.
Yeah, I got to check with my.
On your taxes and stuff. Yeah, push it in the next year. Worry about it. Kick the can down the road, right?
Yep.
Okay, Geraldine, I think I can make this work. Let's get this done. Here's the next steps. Here in a few minutes, I'm going to have my assistant get a hold of you. I'll need to get your email from you, but we'll send over an agreement. Okay, no problem. I'd have to probably meet with you then. So we'll just meet and do an agreement on that, or do you have?
We'll see. Just give me some time. I'm not ready to sign on the dotted line right this minute.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted 100 and that was your number.
About. I told you I haven't done the research.
Okay.
He just called me.
Okay.
So,
Do you want to do? Yeah. Would you want to do the research together?
no,
Okay.
no, I'll do it myself.
Okay. I thought, yeah, I mean, I can make that work. It's a little more than I want, but like I said, we're really looking to get something done right now and love to help you out on this.
Okay.
When can we, when do you want to do your research so that we can make a decision on that?
This weekend.
This weekend. Okay. So I'm going to give you a call back Monday. All right. And then from there, we'll, as long as you're feeling good about it still, we'll go from there. Just so you kind of understand the process, we'll get a simple agreement in place. We'll set a date for the closing. And then I'll send my guy over to the property. He'll need to get access, but we'll just do a quick walkthrough, make sure nothing's going on there. And then as long as that checks out, then we move to closing and you walk out of there with that big check.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Geraldine. I'll be in touch with you on Monday. Okay. Bye.
What an odd seller. Okay.
Dude, I thought I had that.
I don't know what happened. Was she as short and disconnected during the call? I thought the sound was breaking up. It sounded like she never said anything.
Oh no, she said I'd like to get 100. Okay. I don't know. I thought it was just an order take, a RJ order taker there. 100's great. There's some brickers selling for 170. There's a couple of livable condition ones that sold right in her street for 125. You know, like that's a 20K, a 15-20K wholesale on that one at 100.
I didn't understand what happened there on her saying I need to do the research.
Well, when she first answered, she said, yeah, I talked to so-and-so. I haven't done my research. So it sounds like meaning like what's a good price to sell it for? But then I said, okay, well, what's your number? And she said 100. And then later she said, well, I said around 100.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I filmed a video today for we have a Black Friday special coming out because, we have to do that, right? I mean, on that one day of the year, we have to make things cheaper, right? So I filmed a video today, objection obliteration. And in it was all these objections. And one of them was, what happens when the seller says, I need more time at the end? That's essentially what she just said.
Yeah.
And I said, you really have to have intuition as the closer at the end where you either decide to play hardball, which is no, I'm not going to give you more time. We've already discussed everything, and I've made you my offer. It's either take it now or leave it, or you have empathy for their situation. I think that's the right play here, where it's like, you know what? You should take your time. You should take the weekend, do your research. I don't want you to have seller's remorse. I don't want you to get into an agreement that you don't want to be in and you don't feel comfortable in. And maybe on Monday, the conversation, she comes back and she says, hey, I think I could sell this for 125. Now it's
that's definitely what I was reading, because I don't know if you heard, but I said, we can get this done before Christmas. You can have some Christmas money. And she said, I don't need Christmas money. Okay. And then she said, I need to talk to my accountant about whether I sell it this year or next year. So she's clearly not in I need the cash situation. Yeah. And it's vacant. And, maybe I should have spent a little more time building some rapport, but I just felt like it was just straight business. She had her number and we're ready to go. And I was just trying to get her down a little more.
Coming into this, I thought you and I had good personalities, and I thought at times somewhat funny. Through 3 sellers, we might be damn good closers, but they have not thought we're funny.
Nobody's thought I was funny. Yeah.
Every joke that we have said so far has just fallen on like zero laughter. It's like, wow. All right. Well, never mind. I'm just going to get right to the point.
Yeah, and then you're laughing at your own joke and then feel stupid because no one else thinks it's funny.
I know, right? All right, so I'm gonna do this one in Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm doing this because Danielle Ellsworth, shout out to Danielle, TU family in the house. She just posted inside of Titanium University's group. She has a great buyer in Cleveland. And so this is part of a benefit of being part of communities. When someone inside of your community says, hey, I've got a great buyer, they need deals right now, let me lock this up, and I'll immediately just send it to Danielle and be like, go dispo it. So
that's awesome.
Let's see what we can do here. Cassie thinks we're both hilarious. Hi, is Danielle there?
This is her husband speaking. Madison's calling.
Yeah, this is RJ Bates. Looked like she had filled out a form on my website about selling y'all's property there on Sylvania Road. Are you guys still looking to sell that property?
Oh man, let me tell you this, man. I just had an asshole treat me like an asshole. I've been tied up with this property for 30 days now, and I missed work because my son passed away on October 24th.
Oh, my goodness.
I decided to sell the property to cover my son's funeral expenses and things of that nature. These people done jacked me off, and I missed work, and I got behind on my mortgage. I'm being a straight shot shooter to you now. They just tried to send over this mutual agreement, and I'm going to bite their ass like I'm an attorney. But I got 2 years to take my time with it. I really hate to talk to you this strong, but I'm really got my wife on the other line, and she's telling me what they just did. They literally just called her and told her they're canceling the deal.
So they made you an offer. You signed a contract with them. They've wasted 30 of your 30 days and now they're terminating.
Yeah, and they blame it all on
the condition.
No, the house is it's not old, but it's old. I guess 1942, I think, or 32, something like that. I can't really.
It's 1925. I've got it pulled up right now.
Okay, yep. Yeah, there you go. Right. So, but it's been updated. And if you got it pulled up, you probably see updated pictures.
Yep.
Now, at one point in time, I had the house rented out and had it for sale with a tenant because the tenant was moving out of town. So I'm like, well, let me sell it. Then later, my kids, convinced me. I got 3 kids, 18 to 24, convinced me, hey, Dad, yeah, we can handle it. And then one of my youngest boy passed away in a car accident. So now he helped me remodel it. And every time I come in the house, from the floors to the walls to everything, it reminds me of my son. So, and my kids don't want to live there without their brother. So I say, all right, we'll sell it. Now the house is probably worth about, in a great market, I probably could get some bids. Houses, my neighbor houses been sold 185, 194, 200. My house is finished basement, finished attic, fully furnished. Well, it ain't fully furnished, but all the appliances and newly updated. So, long story short, they offered me 150. So I agree. They come back and tell me my house is worth $60,000. So I told them, you got to be shitting me. I was just offered a line of credit for damn near $100,000.
Right.
And I already got an existing mortgage at 8. So how the hell is you coming up with this math? Well, the appraiser said, listen, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, send me the appraiser. I never got it. I got a letter for an extension to get a new appraisal. Never got the appraisal done.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I was just telling my wife, because my wife is not herself right now. She just lost her son.
Right.
This is like aggravating. Somebody want to buy it, they can buy it. But there has to be some kind of stipulations inside the purchase agreement, and preferably I would rather deal with my title agency, which is Harbor Title, someone I can call, talk to, see, and she was at my child's funeral.
Right.
I know I'm giving up a bargain at 150, especially if it was an end user.
Right.
And I understand that most of these calls are investors trying to get the most out their bucks.
Well, let me tell you what I think happened. Are you familiar with the phrase wholesaling?
Yeah, they tried to pull it out. Yes, they did, because it's up on their site.
Yeah. Yeah. So they tried to wholesale this. They might have been being honest about the fact that the appraisal came back low because maybe they're in buyer. Maybe they did find an in buyer that tried to get a hard money loan, and the appraisal did come in low and they couldn't qualify for it because, to be quite frank, I mean, looking around, I could see how from an investor standpoint at 150, it's pretty tight. Right. I mean, you're right. You do have comps in the $180,000 to $200,000 range, which means 150 is going to be really tight in order to get financing for this. Money starts getting squeezed real quick there, with closing costs, a wholesale assignment fee, realtor commissions, the financing costs, and all of that. They should have just been honest with you. They should have been upfront. And that's a bad look for our industry, and I hate it. And I'll be honest with you, this is why I'm so passionate about what I do, and I go around and I try to teach people how to do this the right way. I'm so sorry to hear what happened with your son. I could only imagine the pain that you're going through. So I'm so sorry to hear that. In regards to the real estate, what do you guys need to happen? What do you need the property gone? How much money do you need? How much money do you need in your pocket?
I'm going to tell you where I'm at. I am
entrepreneur. I've had trucks, fleets of trucks, and I've had multiple flips and sales, multiple rentals. I believe if I can't be met at 150 by an investor, I understand why. And so 150 is where I want to be at. I really don't want to cover any closing costs. And I know that's not for an investor. My wife is just in a rush because it caused her pain. So to avoid if I did have to cover closing costs and I put it on the market and I'm putting it at 175, 180, I'm pretty much going to be 155 after my costs.
To be clear, I cover the closing costs and there's no commissions or anything like that. I really just want to know, like, is there a specific amount of money that you want in your pocket?
Yeah, the 150.
Well, that's not going in your pocket because of the mortgage. I'm talking about how much, when this is all said and done and everything's paid, how much, what's the dollar amount you want in your pocket?
The dollar amount is going to still be $75,000.
So you want,
you give me the 150 or you give me, it's still going to be what it's going to be.
so 75,000, that's the number that you need and you want in your pocket. I think the only way that is achievable for you, just being, and when I say this, I mean I'm trying to help you because I'm not going to be able to monetize this at all. I think you need to list it on the MLS.
Listed on the market, right? I mean that's pretty much, I get it.
Unless you're willing to take less.
It doesn't add up to take less because the fact that I'm where I'm at is the track.
Right.
Yes, I'm a little pressed for money, but I ain't the first person to be 30 days behind on bills.
Right.
My son had a nice funeral. That's all I cared about. So now that that's over, it's back to work. I'm working. I'll catch up. And like I tell my wife, worst case scenario, I'll put somebody in there. Somebody will move. The neighborhood is great. Somebody will move in there ASAP. I'll collect my little rent to lighten up my bill, and then I'll slowly make whatever adjustments I need to make and put it on the market when it's time to put it on the market.
Right. I think just from an investor standpoint, the way that we would look at it is if the house were completely fixed up and we did everything to do it, make it as nice as possible, we're looking at, we could probably achieve an after repair value of $210,000.
I believe that is reachable. Yes, it is. And I believe you probably at most, in the condition of that house, at most you got to put in $500 to $7,500 worth of work. And I'm gonna say $3,500 because I got to get material.
So what I'm looking at on that, I mean, I think that's the disconnect that we're probably gonna have. Because I see the pictures that are online.
I don't know what pictures is online.
There's pictures on Zillow of the property. I don't know when they're from, but I see updates to the property. I see like the updated backsplash and the appliances and the cabinets. That looks great. But there are things, just little things like maybe some of the doors, some of the fixtures.
Yeah, things that don't cost a lot. I know I don't have like fixtures somewhere probably because my kids was living in it. I don't have, like, I get what you're saying, but there's nothing trust me, there's nothing, and that's my problem because I do the work myself.
Right.
So there's nothing that I'm looking at $20,000 worth of work. I don't see it.
Right.
I see a power washer and some paint.
Okay, but
Some light bulbs.
But let's say 7,500 is a number that you threw out for you to do it. Say it cost me 10 grand. Okay.
Disconnect. I get it.
But just say it cost me 10,000. Even say it cost me 7,500, like you said. Okay. If I bought it from you for 150 and I put 75 in it, 7,500, and I sold it for 210. If blue sky scenario, I make $27,000 profit.
I mean, some money is better than no money. I don't know what to tell you. That's a lot of money. For you, $27,000, and you do this 100 times a month, you's a rich man. Matter of fact, how can I help you besides selling you my stuff? How can I help you? And where can I get some of this money you making at?
I can tell you exactly how I make this money. I make this money because I have these phone conversations all day, every day. And 9 times out of 10, I say no. And I make sure that I always put myself in the best possible position. And sometimes that's really hard because I want to be able to be a solution for everybody. But I have to protect myself, and I have to protect what I've built over the past 15 years, and I have to protect my family. They rely on me to make this decision, just like as you as an entrepreneur, you had to make the right decisions with your trucking business and all of the decisions that go along with that. I have no idea what it's like to run that business, but I know the decisions that I have to make on a daily basis. It's really hard. Because it would be really easy for me right here to do what my competition does. My competition sucks. They are terrible. They make it so easy to be great in this industry. That's why they locked this deal up for $150,000, because they weren't willing to say no to you and get off of the phone and go place another phone call and say no, and place another phone call and say no, to eventually get to the yes and make sure it's the right deal for them. And as hard as that is for me to say to you, because I want to help you and I understand your situation and the pain that you're going through. Well, actually, I have no idea what the pain you're going through. I can only imagine. I can't do it. You know? So.
I already know this. I'm trying to tell my wife slow down, but you know, women, when they get into a mode, the scorched earth right now, and that's the mode she in. But yeah, for me, it's just patience at the end of the day.
I mean,
just patience.
I mean, I guess let me ask you a question. If someone were to come in and say, I could find a way, you owe 80 on it. Is that how much you owe?
That's it. If I was spending right now, like the problem is, like I said, earlier this year we were selling it. But then my youngest kid turned 18, so my oldest kid's like, hey, Dad, this is what we want to do. Can we do it? Blah, blah, blah. So I pulled it off the market. There's no way, and my youngest boy was my boy that was with me throughout his entire life. So he's more responsible than my oldest kids. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Because I know something break, he knows how to fix it. I know, if anybody loses a job, it ain't gonna be sitting around with him. He's gonna go find another job. And he died delivering pizzas.
I delivered pizzas. That was my first job. I was a delivery driver for Pizza Hut.
Yeah, man. He really was starting to enjoy the job because, he ain't got no responsibility. You get all the tips. He get to do what he and he still get a check. he was feeling it. But anyway, for me, that was good enough for me. The longer we kept it, the more equity I gained in it. It doesn't make me no difference. It goes from when we brought it, where we brought it at, to getting 20,000, 40,000, 60,000, 80,000. A line of credit is sitting there. It's a credit card eventually in my life. So it's really getting rid of the memory and not having to deal with it with a tenant. But that's not that much significant to me. Like you said, at the end of the day, I have to make the right choices for my family. I still got 5 other kids to take care of.
Let me ask you a question. Because
Fair to me, because at the end of the day, if I listed and I was to list it at 150, the end user, for me, my logic, the end user is more bound to do what it takes to close the deal, because the equity is all, he's buying equity when he's buying. So I know it's a good deal. It just might not be a good deal for an investor. And I understand that. My wife's logic and reasoning and education-wise, she don't get that.
Okay, let me ask you a question real quick. If right now no investor is able to give you 150, doesn't sound you're gonna list it with a realtor.
I've been trying to get her to make the call to list it with the realtor.
Well, you made the comment that you would just rent it out. You would get a tenant in there and just rent it out. Is that the
right now? That might be a. She got a couple people that then reached out to them. They got Section 8 vouchers.
for how much?
And entertaining that. The Section 8, I think, covered like 75 to 85% of the rent.
Okay. So he could rent for like $1,500 a month, right?
I think more like close to 1,800.
Okay, $1,800 a month. How much is your monthly payment? $800. What if someone were to give you the $70,000 but not in cash in payments? Would you do that?
No, I'm not into financing things. That right there is how I ended up in some debt with trucks. I'm not into that.
Brother, man, you're killing me. I'm trying to come up with solutions, but we're running out of ammo over here. I don't know that I can help you.
I give you the best solution. Hire me and let me do some footwork up here in Ohio for you.
Man, I honestly, real talk, I think I need this more like 120. I think 120. I could probably move it to an end buyer for you for 125. I could make a little $5,000 assignment. I could probably get it moved. Outside of that, man, if you're not wanting to be creative, I think if you need the 150 so you get 70, I think you need to list it with a realtor.
Yeah, that's the only option right there.
No.
I think that's the option.
Gotcha.
Realtor fees is negotiable. You can find certain favors along title companies and things of that nature, but you know that.
Yeah,
that's there. Where for me, that's where it's at for me. So while I was talking to my wife, she must have been filling out paperwork.
Yeah, I think she saw our ad on Facebook is what she saw.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm like, where this call come from?
Yeah.
It's coming, but no, in my current situation, it was just for me to just take the time and do it the way I did it.
Hey, Jerry, I gave you the next property in the chat if you want to go ahead.
Get it ready.
And I really got a property it because I'm definitely one son less. So I'm definitely going to rock it in the name of him.
Well, there you go, man. Well, I hope it works out for you. I'm sorry I can't be your solution, but best of luck with everything, man. And I'll be praying for you and your family, okay?
Thank you. I'll keep you in mind. And don't hesitate to call me if you think you know, matter of fact, I'm going to try to lock your number in.
Lock it in.
I think I got it. Yeah, I'm gonna take a trip to the auction or something. I'm gonna talk to some people up here that buy houses from the auction or whatnot and see if I can squeeze me a couple dollars in on some of the deals that you might feel is good for you.
All right, brother. Reach out to me, okay?
What's your name again? Here, so I can lock it in.
My name's RJ Bates. By the way, if you want to know how I make so much money, go watch my YouTube channel. RJ Bates the third, yes, sir.
I'm gonna put your YouTube channel.
Yeah, if you go search me up and you see a really good looking guy with a big beard, that's me.
No doubt, RJ Bates. I got it.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, take care.
Bye bye. He about to be on the YouTube watching me live right now. And better hang up. Oh man, that's one of the hard ones right there, where you want to be a solution, but it's just they're not willing to budge on the numbers to make it work. You just got to move on.
That is tough because you don't want to be unsensitive and rush off the phone, but yet also time is money. That's a tough one.
Yeah. I really thought I was going to get him to come down a little bit.
He's got his head up in the clouds. Like, he's got to wake up. Another month's going to go by. Another 2 months is going to go by, and he's going to be in the same spot.
Yeah. All right. So this one in Dallas is vacant. Death in the family. There's no mortgage. It's not listed. And it was a cold call by Zach.
Okay. And we are dealing with
Marta
Galarza. Marta Galarza. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can keep the 100% streak going.
Yeah, seriously. Speed Elite's going to love this, man. If we get an answer here.
Please leave your message for 214524.
Let me call it again.
Please leave your message for 214.
Why not 3? You got another one?
Yeah, I do. Let me.
Please leave your message.
Actually, we haven't done this too many times today, so let's just go ahead. Let's bring the screen back. Go through the dot process. We've probably got new people in here since the beginning. Make a decision. LA, financial reasons. I was fully renovated though in a condominium. Those are no-goes for me. What about you?
Yeah.
Selling a vacant, non-occupied house. Up to date on the mortgage. Kind of small little city in Pennsylvania though.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a specific location you would want?
No.
I was going to say we could search and filter that way.
I mean, I've been in my backyard all day.
Dude, right here. We could go to the land of where, Zach Ginn says it doesn't exist, where Steve Trang ruined wholesaling, South Carolina.
Yes.
Condominium, though. Or condos.
Oh, no. Don't do the condo.
Yeah. Elk Grove, California. Retirement, relocating. Round Rock, Texas. Tired of being a landlord, tenant occupied. You just said you love talking
My
to
favorite. Yeah. Give me that guy.
All right. That's funny. You love tired landlords are my favorite avatar as well. Is it because
you cut right to it?
Yeah. And it can be an actual conversation about numbers.
Yeah. It's non-emotional, which I love.
So his name is Mohammed. And looks like this was cold call as well from Linda.
Linda.
Okay,
and it's Mohammed Abdallah.
And it is tenant occupied, need to sell ASAP.
Okay. Let's see if we can get a hold of this guy. Okay, let me see here. Let me grab this. Now I'll give him a call.
I personally call from our local area code on everything. We don't have area code specific phone numbers here.
Okay, nice bricker, 2-car garage. All right, let's see what we got here. See if he answers. Yes, hello?
Yes.
Yes, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm calling for Mohammed. This is Jerry Norton. I'm calling about your property. I think you want to sell on Rolling Hill. Is that right?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, my associate Linda said she had a conversation with you about this property. Let me double check I got this right.
Yes, it is that one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
Rolling Hill in Round Rock, Texas.
Yes.
Okay, you own this property and you're looking to sell it, right?
If the price is right,
What's the price? Let's see if we can do it.
the market price minus 10%.
The market price minus 10%. And what are you
That's it.
looking at the market price as?
Well, it's a 309 or 310. You can
300
look it up.
310 is the market price, or that's your number?
No. It's the market price.
You think the market price is 310? Okay.
It's not the thinking. It is.
And what's making you say that? I'm just looking now, but help me follow you.
I saw it.
I know, but where are you getting your numbers? Like how do you do your,
I saw that about maybe a couple of months ago. 310.
okay, like the Zillow number?
I forgot which site I've seen.
Okay. Well, then let me just take a look here and see if that works for me.
Okay.
Stay with me here. And my notes say that you're getting out of the rental business, looking to retire, but this is occupied, correct?
It is occupied right now.
Tell me about your tenant.
What do you say?
Tell me about your tenant that's in there. How long have they been in there? Are they on
It's about
time?
Maybe 2 years. I don't know. Maybe something like that.
They've been there 2 or 3 years. They pay on time then?
Absolutely. I have a management company. Take care of it.
Okay. And let me just double check here. Is this a 3-bedroom?
A 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms.
3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet, correct?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so here's my challenge. I'll just shoot straight with you since you're an investor, I'm an investor. I'm looking at a sold home in your neighborhood, literally on your street, 3801. This is a couple houses down. This house is at 369. Same bed, same bath, same square footage, 2-car garage, brick. It's your house. And this is at 370 and it's fully renovated. This thing's got, someone put, it's all new granite, new cabinets, new flooring, lights, fixtures, everything. It's brand new looking.
Okay.
So, that if I buy this and then have to spend money, I'm way out of budget at your 300 number. Or whatever you're at. You said 10%, right? Is that what you told me?
Yeah. What is your number?
Let me tell you that then. So you're at 280 at with the 10% discount.
Roughly.
Okay, let me tell you my number and let's see if we can get something done. How long is that lease in there for?
I think in a month or two. I think month to month, if I'm not mistaken. I think so.
Okay, so we'll want to verify that, but let's assume that it's month to month. That tenant could come, that they could come out when the month's up. I could get in there and do my thing, right?
Not months, maybe in 2 months. I'm not really
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, but it's soon. That's the point, right?
Yeah, I mean 2-3 months max, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And tell me about the condition. That tenant's been in there a while, so it's going to need a lot of work, right?
I spent 10,000 before this person moved in.
Yeah, but if I got to match the one right next to you, I'm going to have to do new kitchen, new granite, new everything, right?
I do whatever you want, but
Yeah. So you're at 280. I need to be at 230, and I can get it done. Cash, close when you want.
You know what? I have to think about it because I'm traveling very soon to Europe.
To Europe?
Yeah. So for me,
well, imagine going with a check. Imagine going with some cash in your pocket when you go to Europe. You might not come back.
No, I have to think about it.
Think about coming back or think about my offer?
No, I'm going to Europe for a vacation.
Oh, gotcha. Now, you said you're retiring. Do you have other properties you're looking to sell as well?
What you say?
Do you have other properties you want to sell?
I'm living in California. This is the only reason I'm living in California.
Oh, so that's not fun to manage this long distance.
No, that's why I have a management company. That's the only reason I'm selling this house. Otherwise, I would never sell it.
Do you have other properties though?
They're giving me good rent. I'm getting good rent out of it.
What's your rent on it?
It's about 18. It's going to be 2,000 when they renew.
You're getting 1,800 a month?
Yeah, and it's going to be renewed for 2,000.
You're going to renew it for 2,000. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me think about this. You got, I guess I'm thinking flip, right? But if I keep the tenant in there, yeah, I could probably come up off that 230 number a little bit, but I'm going to need to be in that range. I could probably do 240.
Call me, I don't know, maybe I have to leave the house now. Can you call me maybe tomorrow morning?
Yeah, but what's going to change between now and tomorrow morning? I mean, here's the thing. I'm leaving the house right now. Right, I know, but bring your phone with you, right? I mean, here's the thing, Mohammed.
I have to think about it.
Okay.
I really have to think about it.
And what is it you have to think about, just so I'm on the same page?
The price. The only thing I'm thinking about right now.
Okay.
The price. Should I take this price or not? I'm going to look at the internet and everything, how much this house is for.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get it done at 240, but I don't know if I'll have 240 tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like we do calls, we buy houses. When the money's out, it's out, and then we try to go get more money and buy again. So I just don't want you to miss the window since we're ready to go. That's all.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Well, then let's talk tomorrow and let's see if we can wrap this up.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye.
Dude, you're having some rough luck on the calls with the whole line. I'll get back to you.
All three of mine are like, ugh.
I know. They're like literally
like, like these are all great follow-ups. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling good about all three of my live calls though. Like, meaning,
yeah,
they're not done. They're not, it's not a no.
Yeah. And
so
this is hilarious. I mean, there were 5 calls in, right? Great conversation, great follow-up.
Yeah.
Close 2 contracts.
Yeah.
Great conversation, follow-up. Not a close, dead deal. Made offer, wasn't going to fit. We're 30 grand apart. And then next call, great conversation, follow-up. So if we were an acquisitions manager right now,
yeah,
we've literally placed 6 dials, 5 connects, 3 follow-ups, and 2 contracts.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly, RJ, like you couldn't ask for a better 2 hours on the phones. And everybody watching this and listening to this, I mean, huge takeaways on all of this. I mean, you and I could talk about what we just did for another hour. But I want you guys to really notice there, like my call was very much like your call, RJ, where it was the retiring landlord. It's like, boom, boom, straight to the point. Here's my number. No, like with retired landlords, I don't have an ounce of empathy. I mean, I'm generalizing there, but you don't need empathy. Right. It's either does it work or does it not work? And yeah.
Also, We kept a perfect streak there, even when you tried to crack a joke, just zero response whatsoever. I was dying laughing. I'm like, geez, man, it's not working today. Great stuff. I want to place another call. If you don't want to stay, I know
I'll stay.
Okay, all right. I've got a lead here in Tucson, and I bought this one because it says it's land, but I don't think it's land. And also, it's in Tucson. That's a tough market. I really want to see how this conversation goes, because it doesn't really have a lot of information as to why they're looking to sell. So this is one of those that normally I would ignore. I just kind of want to take a swing at it, see how this goes.
Good.
By the way, are you officially on the wholesale hotline roster now?
Yeah.
I love it. You guys are going to have to bring me back.
You want to come back on? I'll tell the guys.
Is Jack there?
This is Jack.
Hey, Jack. Sorry about that. I was calling about your property there in Tucson. Looked like you talked to Gwen earlier about selling that property. Is that correct?
I get calls, several of them a day. I don't know which one it was.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, let's make mine be the last one. How much you want for it?
Which property?
The one on Sandero View Court, 11451.
Yeah, I sell it for, let's see, 97.
97. How many other properties you got to sell me? Because you said which one?
I'm not much in the mood of selling right now. I'm more buying.
Oh, well, I might have to sell you some then.
Pardon me?
Where all do you buy?
But this around Arizona.
Gotcha. All right, let's see here. So this one, you're 97,000. Is it tenant occupied, vacant? What's going on with it?
The vacant land.
Oh, vacant land. You want to sell or finance it to me?
Do I want to finance it?
Yeah, seller finance. I love buying land and collecting it, but I like it when sellers finance it to me.
Yeah, sure. I like that. I'll sell it to you 20% down, 8%, 20 years.
Let's see what that does. Punch it in my mortgage.
With a 12-year stop.
All right. Let's see here. You want 20% down, 8% interest at 20 years. What does that put me at? $649 a month.
Yes, and I want it in the collection, and you pay for the collection fees.
I get
Taxes to be also impounded.
right. Sounds like you've done this a time or two before.
I buy and sell land for a living.
Oh man, I just started collecting in other states. I'm based out of Texas. I've got like 15 acres up in Colorado. I don't have any in Arizona yet, but it would be definitely on my radar to get there as soon as possible. I mean, you know more about this than I do. What would I be able to build on there, or is there a play there long term?
Well, it's got a septic tank and water to it, and there's electric's about 300 feet away. It's an area that's kind of mixed. There's a lot of double wides there and a few houses scattered. The proposed I-11 Canamex highway that's supposed to go from Mexico to Canada that they've already started on.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to go, I think it's about 1.5 to 2 miles to the west of there. Other than that, Tucson is growing. It's right on the edge of the growth, and there's a lot of big subdivisions moving towards it. They're within, I don't know, a couple miles away or something like that.
Right. So you think over the next, if I held on to it for like 5 to 10 years, those subdivisions are going to come out to me pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's stuff happening around there. The city of Tucson, all their collection lakes are all just to the west of there. They do this. They have Colorado River water, which they recharge the aquifer, and that's how Tucson gets its water. And all their lakes are real close to there, and so I don't know. It has a lot of potential, but I don't know. I would sell it. I'm not that hot to trot to sell it, but
I can tell. 97 seems a little high. I mean, you got 20 acres around the corner for sale right now for 98. And I got 5 acres for 80, 4 acres for 28. That's a foreclosure. So I had 97. That's just like a high number for you. You'd be like, hey, that's enough for me to do it. That's where you came up with that number.
Yeah, I don't need the money.
Yeah.
So for a deal, I'm the wrong person.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, man, you sound like the guy I would like to talk to and do business with. Unfortunately, I don't like the price, and the terms are, I mean, the 20% down, I would be fine. The 8% interest, I don't know that I love that, but really the price more than anything is kind of the killer for me. I could go get 20 acres around the corner for the same price.
Well, I just sold an acre just up the street for $49 with a septic and everything on it.
Yeah.
On Theory and Mountain Road, and I sold that with 20%, approximately 20% down at 8% interest. But I primarily sell to users, not investors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's putting a mobile on it. So.
Gotcha. All right, Jack. Well, I appreciate your time, man. And do you mind if I keep your number for Arizona land? And if I come across some, I can reach out to you if I want to sell it.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Tucson.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'll definitely I'll put you in my system on that side, and I appreciate your time tonight. Okay.
Yeah, I go into Pinell County too, Oracle. I don't really like Phoenix too well. I don't know too much about it, so. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jack.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, here's the feedback for me, Jerry. 2 hours and 2 minutes. Our intention was to go live for 2 hours, so we're right on time. Speed to lead is 6 for 7 on connection rate. I don't think I've ever done that before on any live. That's incredible. You're 3 for 3 on follow-ups.
On maybes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I got 2 contracts from 1 seller and then 2 no's. But that one right there, I mean, he sounds like he could be a legitimate good land buyer.
Yeah.
In Arizona. So that's hey, you convert that around. Maybe you don't see anything from it for the next 6-9 months, but hey, maybe we get 50-acre lead in Arizona. We call Jack up and say, hey, Jack, how much would you offer for this? So great stuff, man. Yeah,
what I might do on those 2 Michigans is pre-sell both those deals and then go back and maybe I can come up off those numbers. I mean, I like to go deep, RJ. I like to make sure I got good spreads on them. So I definitely went at these with that in mind. I mean, the Inkster one, the little Bricker and Inkster, those are just cookie cutter bangers. They're just really easy to do because they're 1,000 square feet brick, And so, yeah, I mean, I feel really excited about the prospects, the 3 that I got here, and we'll follow up on them. And all of this is winning. When you're having quality conversations, just do it often enough and long enough, and you're going to get deals and you're going to win.
Absolutely. Don wants to know when you're going to do another agent outreach meetup in Puerto Rico.
I don't know. I have no idea. It's a lot of work. It was 3 days straight. Very similar to this, RJ. We were on the phones all day, but good stuff. I love doing it. RJ, we seriously need to do this more often because I love doing this with you.
Yeah, man, it's a ton of fun, and we do. It's just getting one, it's getting our schedules aligned. You know, we're busy, and then I think also it's just one of those things where sometimes we forget about it. You know, it's like we're busy doing our own things, and then like as soon as you reached out to me, I was like, dude, absolutely, let's do it. My team gets so pumped up. They were, you know, the whole university was excited. They were blowing up, man. I think it's awesome to see here the blend of the people watching. There's a ton of people here from your side of the world and on my side of the world. It's really cool to see it
with little notice. With really little notice. You know, if we scheduled these out and made them on the calendar, then we'd get a lot better turnout because people would know what to expect it. You know,
for sure, man. This is awesome, man. I appreciate you coming on here today, guys. If whatever channel you're watching us on, make sure to give us likes, okay? It means the world to us. It boosts that algorithm for us, okay? And it gets the word out there. Also, just again, shout out to Speed to Lead.
Yes.
They're the ones that make this happen. They provide these leads, not just for these lives, but for your businesses. I mean, these are real deals. I mean, Jerry made $20,000 from the last time he did this. I'm going to make money off of the deal I just got in Seattle today. And, dude, think about the markets in which we were calling in, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Seattle, Dallas, Tucson. You had 2 in Detroit. What was the other one you called in?
The other one was Texas, middle. I don't know where Texas.
Oh, Round Rock. That's Austin. That's Austin, Texas.
Okay.
That's one of the craziest market. Dude, that Round Rock deal might be it. If you get that, that's for sure. So
I'll talk to you because it's a great brick two-car garage on the front. I mean, that thing's like a classic house that people want.
Dude, do you remember the first time we went live? And remember that vacant land that I got in Texas? Were you
doing seller and I was doing agent? Was it that one?
Yes, that one.
Okay.
So I got vacant land in Texas, and it was inherited, and there were 6 brothers and sisters.
Oh, yeah.
And I got the one to sign on the live, and then I made Cassie go get the other 5 to sign off the live. We got it. Dude, we sold it. We were going to make a ton of money. And our buyer went out there, and they discovered that there was an Indian burial ground on the land, and it killed the deal.
Oh,
there was like I can't even remember. It was some ridiculous number. I want to say 70 or it's like 30 or 70 like Indian burials on the ground, and it's like you cannot touch that. Like there's a process you have to go through to get that removed. And I didn't know this is a thing. Have you ever heard of that as being a thing?
No, I've never heard of that, but it makes sense. You know, they're going to want to probably like dig up the bones or something.
Yes. It's like protected. Like you can actually go to like prison if you just ignore it. So our
RJ, someday I'll tell you about my chopped off head story. Human head chopped off.
Oh, no, you have told me about that. that shit's crazy. You have told me about that one. Yeah.
The stuff we do, man. The stuff we do.
Last thing I'll say is I got the most hilarious message the other night or a comment or something. Somewhere, someone communicated with me. Do you and Jerry have beef? And I was like, beef? Jerry? I was like, listen, I try to start beef with a lot of people, but it's definitely not Jerry, okay? Someone sent me a video to the one where you were being extremely facetious. And you closed the deal on the live, and it was basically where you were like, this business is so simple. You just do one deal, and then you go sell a program for that one. Well, in the video, you closed the deal that you made $20,000 with me sitting right next to you on this screen.
Yeah.
And so I guess somehow they thought we had beef because they thought
you know why. I know why. I guess I didn't even think of people so what happened was I did this this like funny where I'm making fun of wholesale gurus.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm showing a deal. And so I cut to a clip and it's from our live. So you're on the this. So they must have thought I was like making fun of you, which I wasn't.
You were making fun of me, and I'm like,
oh my gosh, you're the most real guy in this industry. You're the last one that I'm referencing.
I was like, clearly we are not the ones with the beef because we're on a live stream together. If we had a beef, we wouldn't be doing a live stream together. So love it, brother. Appreciate you for doing this. Guys, thank you so much for the support. Make sure you go check out Speed to Lead. If you sign up today, use promo code Jerry or Titanium, and you get a free $100 drop into your account. All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll see y'all next time.
We'll see you.